gear on to get up in here. It's hard trying to train all the people that I'm training in the mornings and the afternoon and then trying to get here on time for you guys. So thank you for your patience and your understanding. And I'm super, super grateful to have you here. What's up, Paul? Good to see you. I hope you had a good weekend. Hi. So, for those of you that are new, hi, welcome. This is on Facebook. I'm streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And hopefully I can see you guys on Instagram. If you are trying to put something in the chat and I don't respond, it's because it's not showing up on Restream, and I do apologize. I will try and get back to you. Sorry, my hair is a wreck because I'm all sweaty. And what's up? This is my first Heart Strong, because this is our friend of our family and our first person who helped me train when I started competing way back in the day. It's a little throwback for him. And I am very freezing right now. What's up, Bo? How was your weekend? Starting it out at 2.5, you guys. I forgot to put my shoes on. Hold up. I hope you guys had a great weekend and getting these sneakers on, because the last time I did this, my arches were dying after an hour or so of walking. It's so cold here, you guys. It's in the 50s. Let's go. I'm so excited about it. So excited. I really am. You got yours on 2.5 too. Welcome. Hi. I got my Myrtle Beach hat on today. You guys, I have put up this, where is it? Right here. That one. Please, if y'all have not looked it up already, look up the people who are struggling. There's so many videos on YouTube in Asheville. Wow, I put it on 1.5 instead of 2.5. It's so sad, and I just got word back from the shelter that's there in Asheville on their needs, and they are in need of the things. It's cold up here in North Carolina now. It's getting cold. It's going to even get colder. So we are having some warmth in the afternoons, but at night it is so cold, and you guys, they need blankets, pillows, blow-up beds, and warmers. So that is what this funding is for. They came up with a price for 500 families, so I put that in the new GoFundMe, and that is what they will be using that money for. So if you guys are able to donate, even if it's $1 or share it on your page, please do. Sharing is caring, and these people need lots of stuff, but mainly it's turning cold, so they need blankets and pillows and sleeping bags and blow-up beds. So the sleeping bags, this is what they came up with that they need, and they're going to, put it towards the 500 families, like I said. So I told them that I would be promoting it as much as I could. Asheville is in shambles, and those people that did survive Helene are definitely in need of a place to lay their head. We take for granted, right? Being able to have just a place to lay our head at night, a safe space, a pillow, a bed, some blankets. So really it is something great for us to do, to give back. A good night's sleep is huge. It's just as, well, when I say just as good as food and water or shelter, but having a nice pillow to lay your head on, a place to sleep that's not the ground, and some warmth at night so you can sleep when it's freezing out is a great gift to give someone. So that's this one. This one is supporting me in the stream and the little mouths that I feed every day, just giving me support in that. And I thank you guys so much for all of those things. Whichever place you do decide to donate, whichever spot you do decide, I'm really grateful, and so are all those people in Asheville. I know that they would be super happy to know that you good people are thinking of them no matter where you are, because it is really devastating to see. I was watching one last night on YouTube, and I forget what state. It was like a Midwestern state, and their news coverage was out there covering, the actual devastation. They couldn't even they had to take a chopper in, and they couldn't even get on the roadways. They had ATVs and dirt bikes and stuff like that just to get around. The roads are in shambles. Like, it is so sad. So sad. So please, if you haven't seen it, go check it out on YouTube. Go look up Asheville, North Carolina, Helene devastations. It's like, you can't even believe, like, it's unbelievable. So, there was on the main page for Asheville emergency support was one of the shelters in Asheville, and they're the ones who finally reached back to me after 2 weeks of endlessly emailing them and trying to get with them and trying to see, are there any roads open that I could come and deliver stuff from people that want to donate, or all hands on deck. I'm happy to help. My son also has a team of dirt bike friends that we can load them up and bring them there if people need help, or some runners, these teenage boys who are happy to chip in and offer their assistance by using way of dirt bikes, since there's, it's off-road and it's an off-road terrain out there just to get from place to place. So I finally heard back from him, and he said that the thing that they needed the most were the sleeping bags and blow-up beds and pillows and stuff to keep them warm, because it is getting so cold up here at nighttime. So that's it right there. If you guys want to donate to that, that'd be great, or at least share it on your page. We'll be super, super grateful. And yeah, anyway, let's get into some different chats. What's up? What have you guys been doing over your weekend? This was a 4-day weekend for my family here. The kids got out on Monday. So I wasn't here on Monday because I had my daughter had a sleepover, and we had a bunch of kids at the house. So I knew there would be no good way to do a live stream. So I am moving it anyway to Tuesday through Friday. It's just too much going on Mondays. So I do hope to see you. The news cycle moves so quickly nowadays. Can't forget these people just because news is not talking about them anymore. So true. Yes, good chime in, babe. That's for sure. I know, right? I was watching like all this stuff I couldn't believe the endless amount of videos on YouTube. And then all of these news crews but they weren't like mainstream news crews that I had heard of. These news crews are covering all of this like devastation, and like it looks like a third world country there. It looks like what's going on in the areas that are being bombed. That's what it looks like. It's like complete rubble and devastation. And like, no, I feel like every time I turn the regular news on, nobody's talking about it. So anyway, with the people that are over there with all hands on deck, literally it's just like the community that's coming together to get get the things that they need, helping each other clear the roadways or pull stuff out and move it off their property, or whatever. It's just a lot of hands on deck, which is really cool because nobody can really get out there to help them. So it's been nice to see that. Look, this is a community probably filled with different people, different ideals. What's up, John? Hey, welcome, my friend. Welcome. We're just talking about Helene stuff still, since it's particularly affecting my state and people in my state. So, but it's cool to see when you look up those videos on YouTube, how the community, like, no matter their standing of political stuff, it really does show, like, no matter what kind of party view or whatever in politics you agree with, at the end of the day, we're all humans, and we should be here to support each other and not, worrying about the things that we need to do that. Like to support each other, you need to have a good spirit to support each other, and it shouldn't take total devastation like what they're going through in Asheville to come to that point. But I do hope that because of that devastation and because of how they're handling it and they're showing that camaraderie, and at the end of the day, we're here to help each other. And everybody that talks about it, if you go on YouTube and you type in Asheville, North Carolina, Helene devastation or Helene update or any of that, you'll see nearly everybody who is talking about it in the moment, and they start talking about how the community and how everybody has come together, no matter if they're male or female, start crying. Like, that's how emotional it is. Asheville. Sorry, John. Asheville, North Carolina. Asheville, not Nashville. I'm sorry if it sounded like I said Nashville, right? Look, that's how gossip gets started. No, Asheville. Yeah, Asheville. I guess they found a couple truckloads of militia who wanted to harm FEMA people. Truckloads of militia who would want to harm FEMA people? I mean, FEMA, from what I hear, wasn't really on point in this, but it could go either way. But I don't think you should ever want to harm anyone that's trying to help or do their job to help in whatever capacity that is. It's just so sad. It's so sad that here we are in this world where politics is so woven into the depth of your emotions that people allow that anger and frustration to get in the way of doing what's right and what's good as a person. I think that that's really a disgusting, like, in my very humble opinion, I just feel like that is just so horrible. And I feel when I'm watching this stuff on Asheville, it brings warmth and joy to my heart to see these people from all political views and walks of life coming together to support one another, showing up to help out, lend a helping hand, no matter, what the circumstance. All these grateful people that are, crying on camera, grown men, strong men, crying and saying like the beauty of what's happening in front of us and how everybody's working together is so overwhelming that it moves them emotionally, that a guy was planning to kill. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. I mean, to me, that is like, for what? I don't even understand. That makes no sense. Like, I'm such a logical being. Like, if you can explain something and it makes sense, I'm all in. I get it. I can see all the sides. I don't just like walk in one set of shoes, so to speak. I do, technically. But I'm capable of seeing like this point of view and this point of view and this perspective, and gathering all the information and coming up with, whatever sounds logical to me. And that's just there's just so many things that don't make sense and are illogical, and I can't get behind it no matter what the party that it's coming from. It's logic is logic and facts are facts, and you just got to do your research. Like, that's just plain and simple, because it's out there. All the information is out there. As long as you're researching on sites that are creditable. Like, if you just look on most of these issues that you guys are talking about or thinking of, is really like public information on government websites. Those are the places to go, not like news or media outlets or some mojo podcaster that could be posting anything. Like, go to the government official websites and type in your facts or look up your facts and make sure it's credible, because that's the only place you can actually get your information from that you can trust these days. Sadly, it's so sad. It's just so sad. But watching all those things on YouTube, thanks, John. My first compliment of the day. I appreciate you. Thank you, buddy. I feel so disheveled and just like thrown together, trying to rush to get on here, get everything done so I can make it on here. I really am trying to get here by 1 o'clock so I can be done by the time the kids get home. But it's not always going to happen that way, but I am trying. I'm giving it my best guess. Thank you for the compliment. It did boost me up inside. And it is so cold here, but I'm sure once I warm up a little bit, I'll be able to, get back in the swing of things. But honestly, I do feel like watching those. That's why I was like, you guys, y'all gotta go on and check out the YouTube posts from the people of Asheville. It's just so beautiful to see a community come together in the absolute worst case nightmare scenario of their lives. Like I guess when you're in total devastation like that, there's no roadways to get out and there's no roadways for people to get in. Like you're forced to come to the realization that you only have each other. But at the end of the day, that's all we have anyway is each other. And I would hope that, that kind of love and support spreads to other communities because it's really beautiful to watch. So anyway, guess what? Also, we're starting today, you guys. The weekly fast. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We're starting a weekly fast, you guys. Today's the day. Monday's so hard to do because everybody has the Monday blues and, you're coming off a weekend. It's really hard. But I feel like once you've got like your structured Monday back in and under your belt, Tuesday's a little easier, at least in my opinion, to get started on something like that. So today, ladies and gents, it's Tuesday, and we're going to go, if you have never done a fast before, at least we're going to try it for, if you've never done any kind of fast before, Tuesday, let's just say you start or you have your last bit of food today, making it at 5 o'clock or whatever your dinner time is, okay? You're going to try and go to at least the afternoon tomorrow, if not to the same time tomorrow that you started or that you had your last meal today. So if your last meal is at 6 o'clock today, try to at least go until like 12 o'clock for lunch tomorrow, or try and make it to a full 24-hour fast would be to 6 p.m. or whatever time you had your last meal from today. So 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow. And that will be a full 24-hour fast. And benefits, let me read you the list because it's really hard for me to remember all the things while I'm walking and talking at the same time. So bear with me. I am going to pull up. I don't like to misquote things. So, and somehow, you guys, if anybody knows how to fix this issue, my keyboard is in Spanish. I'm not quite sure how to get it off of Spanish, but you guys know I went on vacation to the Spanish region in Western Caribbean, to Belize and Cozumel and Costa Maya, and I had my keyboard in Spanish and I don't know how to get it off. I actually don't even know how it got on there. I feel like my phone just kind of took over. So I'm going to put in benefits of a 24-hour, it's called a water fast because really you're only supposed to be drinking water. I still drink my coffee. I don't put creamer in the coffee. I do put like stevia, truvia, the stevia plant in there. But when you put the milk in, the milk completely, first of all, it takes you out of the fast. Second of all, it takes away all the benefits of the coffee drink, of the caffeine, the coffee bean. Benefits of a 24-hour fast, 24-hour water fast. So you can have herbal teas, you can have water, and you can have coffee. 24-hour water fast. Those are the things you can have in your fast. And that really helps with, let me just tell you what, obviously weight loss happens when you're doing that because your body can now feed on the fuel you already have stored up all over your body. So that's one thing. It lower blood pressure. So if you have high blood pressure and you really need to get that down because you need to pull back in check, doing a 24-hour fast helps with that. It reduces inflammation. So like inflammation, and if you have arthritis, you got knee problems, joint problems, hip problems, it helps with that. And it improves insulin sensitivity. So Like if you're, let's just say you're coming off of a high. Oh, look at that pretty red cardinal. That's our state bird. It's probably a good omen. I'm just going to throw that out there. But if you are coming off of like a weekend of, like, let's say the holidays, right? The holidays so filled with, junk food, lots of sweets, refined sugar kind of stuff. If you're coming off of, that cardinal just like flew almost through my window. If you're coming off of a time like that, to lower that blood sugar back down and get that insulin back in check, a 24-hour fast will get there. We'll get you there. I always mean to compliment you. You're always delightful, gorgeous. Aw, thanks, Bo. That's so sweet. That is so sweet. Yes, and he knows it, and he does. He thinks he's embarking or ruining my flow if he gets too mushy on here. But I appreciate when you guys show me love, because you know what? When the people next to you give it to you, sometimes it just feels biased. It's not received the same as a stranger, obviously. Not that you're a stranger, but I'm just saying outside of your family, folks trying to give it. So I appreciate that. Thank you. That is so sweet for you to say that. Super duper sweet. So the last thing that it says here, reduce risk of chronic disease. So what type of chronic disease, huh? They say to take some time. So if you're doing fasting for the first time, I say before you do a full 24-hour fast, to try and do intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting would be like, I'm going to eat in a 10-hour window today. From the first time I put food in my mouth to the last moment that I put food in my mouth is going to be 10 hours in between. So that's a intermittent fasting fast. So usually, like, people that are 40 and over, the greatest, I guess, combination to do would be starting at a 10-hour intermittent fasting. So that would be 10 hours of not having any food. 10 hours of eating your food, which would be like, I don't know, if you have to eat breakfast or whatever the case for your day, if you have to eat breakfast, eating like a snack, and then having your dinner, or eating whatever the first meal and then eating one other meal and then be done, and no snacks in between. So that is so annoying. Oh, sorry. This person keeps calling in. I had to disconnect it from my computer, which is what I'm streaming on today. And I fixed it to where it's a different screen. I don't know how it ends up on your side. I'm not sure if it's going to be weird, because I don't know if you probably have to turn your phone. Bo, do you have to turn your phone sideways to see it, or is it show up? Can it show up upright? Or any of you that are there to answer. So it also, doing the 24-hour fast lowers your risk of heart disease, certain types of cancers, because it kills like they always say, anytime you're putting in refined sugars or sugars inside of your body, if you have active cancer, it is going to feed that tremendously. So that is something that also starves out all the bad that's going in, and also keeps you away from having diabetes. So if you're on borderline diabetic and you do this intermittent fasting, I shrink. So how I like to do when I'm starting out new clients on it in the best way. Oh, you're on. Okay, so you're just going to be right. That's what I was thinking too. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's definitely better this way or the other way. How? But I like to start them out. Thank you, Bo. Appreciate trying it. So starting out, I like to do a 2 and a snack, a 2, a 1, and then a none. So that means pretty much how you're shrinking your window, like a 10, 8, 6, 4. So 10 hours, 6 hour, or 8 hours, 6 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours. So that's how I stack the intermittent fasting. 10 hours of a window from the moment that you eat, first thing in the morning or first thing in that day, to the last day, you have 10 hours in between. And then you don't eat anything after that. And then the next day, you shrink that to 8 hours. So maybe you're pushing your first moment that you eat a little bit back, or you're bringing the moment that you're eating your last meal a little bit sooner. So each day is kind of shrinking and getting you prepared for the one meal a day, one meal, and then going to the no meals. Your body responds like so incredible. It is so incredible. I've done intermittent fasting for so long that my body is totally comfortable doing a 24, 48, 72-hour fast without any complications. Not that you will have any complications, it's just very difficult to do if you've never done them before. And I like, for this whole channel, it's about getting those small feats for the big rewards. So the big reward is staying in a healthy space, getting off of some of those meds that you're taking, getting your blood sugar down, getting your blood pressure down. Like, those are the big rewards. Living a healthier life, having a more clear mind, having more energy, less fatigue, all that stuff is so simple, and it starts with just walking, moving your feet, right foot, left foot in front of you, and also what you're putting in your body or lack thereof. If you can look down, not if you're like 70, 80 pounds and you're, all just bones and skin. If you can look down and you have something for your body to feed on, let your body eat the food you already packed on for it. That's it. It's so simple. So simple. Such a simple thing. You're right side up. So on your phone, go, and you have it long ways like this. Am I at the top, or do you have to turn it like this to even get it to do its thing? That's the sitch. I'm trying to figure out if you have to have it sideways. I don't know. I'm doing it this way because then my little QR codes are out of the way, so I can see the whole feed. For some reason, I don't know why Instagram and Facebook are not coming up. I'm not quite sure what the heck is going on, but I have to get back on the phone with them. I just haven't had any time. I'm trying to fit too many things in. But I need a clone. Anybody know how to clone people? Because I could really use a clone. I'm at the top. Awesome. Thank you. That's what I was asking. Yeah, I need a clone. I need one that is just going to handle all the house chores. That's the one clone, because that's a busy job in itself. 2, homework, kid pickup, running the kids all over the place. That's 2. 3, my other third clone would handle all my social media stuff. And then my 4th clone would just be to be a present, wonderful community citizen and being able to run around and do all the charitable workings of the world, which is where my heart lies. My heart lies in that. Oh, Facebook is working? Okay, good, because you're on Facebook. Thank you. Thanks. Well, I feel like if I could have those clones, which I've seen them doing clones. Oh, great. Oh, thank you. Oh, now I see the little blue dot for the Facebook color. Oh, okay. So now I'm knowing where to look, where I can see the Facebook and the YouTube thing. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for helping me work that out. Because this is the first time I've done it this long way. Then I saw one of my girlfriends who used to compete on the same team as me doing a stream, and you had to turn your phone sideways, but then to type anything, you had to turn your phone back this way to type, and then the phone kept getting stuck. So I didn't want that scenario. So, yeah. So let me see what the 48-hour fast does, because every fast, so with 24 hours, that's like saying your 24 hours, your body has to process all that you already stored, all that you already put in it, all the stuff you already got going on inside. You've given it. It's like a person, right? If you get 24 hours, you can only handle still so much. If you get 24 hours and you don't have to have sleep, 24 hours can only allot you still so many things. But what could 48 hours allot you? You can get so much more done. Well, the same thing is for your body. When you're going through a 24-hour fast, those things I listed were the main things. So in a 48-hour fast is a whole different slew of things. And then a 72-hour fast, because it's like it gets to tackle the surface level stuff, right, in a 24-hour. And then a 48 gets to go a little bit deeper, and then the 72 even deeper still. So I'm going to share to you what the difference is, but it's kind of makes sense, right? Like when I break it down logically, you have 24 hours to tackle a bunch of things. Then you got 48 hours. You could tackle so much more, right? And then 72 hours, so many other things you could do outside of that time if you didn't need sleep, and your body is ready to do those in your sleep and your wake space. So, to show, let me send this out into the Google world and see. Whoopsies. Let me take it off of airplane mode and send it out. Okay, so the 48-hour fast would be the group of things that it would be 48 hours, and sometimes you can't even make it keeps typing in Spanish, you guys. Okay, so here we go. This says, okay, stage 1, 12 to 18 hours, and then you get 0 to 12 hours. Stage 2, hourly benefits of fasting. Oh, look at this article. I love it. I just love finding knowledge. I'm so excited about being able to use my phone like a library, you guys. Back in the day, you know what Molly's talking about. Never had it. Why is it important to fast until 72 hours instead of 60 hours? Okay. It's generally thought that autophagy begins after 14 to 16 hours of fasting and reach peak effectiveness at around 72 hours. Okay. So, where the value of the results begins to decline after 72 hours. However, both 60 and 72-hour fasts are difficult to do and are not likely to be done consistently. So, if you are able to get through, this is Chuck Norris something. If you are able to get through a 48-hour fast, you get 48-hour fast is cell regeneration. It reverses inflammation, vascular aging, and can lower the risk of heart disease. That is in a 48-hour fast. Improved insulin sensitivity that you can also get in a 24-hour fast. Reduced risk of chronic disease. So the chronic disease I was talking about also does start in the 24-hour fast. But the chronic diseases it's talking about is diabetes, metabolic syndrome, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, rheumatoid arthritis, and osteoarthritis. And then autophagy, how do you say it? Autophagy. You guys, I don't know. I'm not going to say it how I think it says it because it sounds terrible. But AUTOPHAGY. Here's a little fun fact. I watch so many shows that are in another language, so they're constantly how they like whatever the language is, and I'm constantly reading subtitles. So sometimes I'm reading just like a regular English American word, and I turn it into something totally obscure because I'm used to reading from another country. So that is fasting may promote whatever the word I just spelled, which is the process of getting rid of old, dead, and non-efficient cells in the body. That's what I was trying to get at. 48-hour fast is a cell regeneration turnover. So your collagen, your elastin, especially if you just lost a bunch of weight and you have what they call the apron or the skin elasticity, postpartum women that have just had babies. This is something you want to go into because the 48-hour, not if you just had a baby and you don't want to fast for 48 hours and you're still nursing, but once you're ready to be on your road for recovery and get your body back. What did you say, Bo? I can't stand subtitles, especially if it's too fast. Well, you sound just like my husband. He's like, oh my gosh, you're watching that come out. He's not down with it either. More for me. That's okay, because I need quiet anyway, so I can read my subtitles. And I'm a fast reader, even though it may not look like it with me trying to walk and read this stuff out to you. But How in the world do you say this? Can I get my phone to tell me how to say this word? I thought it was photography, but I'm saying that the letters are backwards. Hold on, let's see. How do I? Oh, speak. Let's speak it. It's saying speak it in English or in Spanish. I told you I got my phone set to Spanish. Here we go. Here.
Autophagy.
Autophagy. Wow, that's so cool. You can learn how to say a word just by highlighting it, and then it says, well, I don't know about the other phones, but on an iPhone, and then you hit the little arrow over and it says speak. Let's see it in Spanish, you guys. Autophagy. Yeah, that's not it. Okay, so this word again is, sorry, I forgot it.
Autophagy.
Autophagy. Autophagy. That's the word. Autophagy. Autophagy is when you're having cell regeneration and you need to like replenish. It helps with your elasticity and the collagen in your face, in your body. It helps with the regeneration. And they even say with people that have bad eyes or degenerating eyes over time, 40 years plus is when that process starts to happen. If you start doing more fast, you only even have to do it once a month to create that full body cellular turnover to make it worthwhile, right? So autophagy. Got it. Autophagy. That's the thing. Okay, so that's just the 48 hour. So when you dive into the 72 hour, let's just see about that. Because that is autophagy. Autophagy. It's said in studies where people study the brain and memory that you repeat it 7 to 10 times and it's supposed to stick. So I taught that to my kids, like when they're meeting someone for the first, like on the playground, their name. I'm like, just repeat it over and over, and then you'll remember their name. I was also always in my past, not the greatest at remembering people's names, but had I known, just do the repeat thing. But I will never forget a face. So I could be like, I know that person, even if they've aged, gained a bunch of weight, lost a bunch of weight. My brain has stored and categorized and somehow put it in my mind. And usually it's stored in with a place or memory like that. So I can kind of come up with an idea of where I saw or met that person before. It's quite interesting. And some people see more black and white, like a name. You guys remember names well, or do you remember faces well? I don't mind the movie Das Boot because I already speak a lot of German. Do you? Doch mich vorstellen. I took German my first period in my last grade in high school. And I had this German teacher. It was 7 o'clock in the morning. So a lot of what I did was kind of, sorry to admit, dozing off. Because he would talk very monotone, like, what we have here is, it was such a voice too, where the tone was like, I'm sorry to admit, but that was the only class I felt like that in. And he would sit at 7 o'clock in the morning, drinking his coffee and eating the biggest bar of Toblerone. I don't know if you know what that is. This like those chocolate bars that are in the box that are shaped like a triangle. That's a German chocolate, Toblerone. He would just stuff his face with the biggest chocolate bar, and I was like, oh, I can't even watch you eat that. 7 o'clock in the morning, teaching us German. I don't even know how I'm a good cram studier. I can cram the information in and ace the test, no problem. But yeah, that was my Doch mich vorstellen and Akande, which was stop or wait. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how much I've forgotten. Doch mich vorstellen, I can't remember what that means. Do you know what that means, Bo? I forget what it means. Is it hi or nice to meet you or stand back? A lot of the things I was learning were for some reason like attention kind of words, like stop or don't or come here, like action type words. I'm not quite sure why, but I know. I wanted to get a Doberman. This is so dumb. I'm just gonna air my laundry out. But I wanted to get a Doberman, right? And my dad was like, no, we're not having a big dog, and I'm going to end up taking care of it, whatever. So my last year, I'm like, when I get out of high school, when I get my own place, start college, I'm getting a Doberman, and I'm going to give it German attention signs, like walk, stop, stay here, something like that. So it's Doch mich vorstellen. I think that's how you say it. Can you hear hold on, let me get can you hear this mic? Tension. But Doch mich vorstellen, I think that's what it was. Atande, I forgot what, come here. I don't remember all the things. Yeah, that was that was all the German I remembered. We learned so many things in German that I just, who do I speak that with, right? Really, it was for the commands. That's the word I was looking for. The commands from a German Shepherd, because I thought it would be cool that nobody could make my dog that I never got. Nobody could make my dog do any kind of thing except for me. I would have the only keywords to unlock the command that he needs to do. Pretty sure I saw that on a movie or something, and I was like, that's so cool. I want to do that too. So, but I never got a German Shepherd. I did get a mixed breed mixed with German Shepherd, but that was much later on. And she did not learn any of those commands because I probably forgot those words by that time. Just saying. But I don't even remember what that word meant at this point. I remember atende was like attention or stop. And then I don't remember the other one, like come here. Those are some words. Okay, 72-hour fast. So weight loss is at the top of all this. That's just a given, but I'm just trying to give you guys something it's not all about the way you look on the outside. Come air. Halt, that's it, halt. Attende was attention, I think, right? Halt. And if you could say compare, how do you say it? If I'm saying it, how would you spell it out, and how it would sound in English? Halt. Doch mich vorstellen. I want to say, I have to figure that out after. Okay, so the 72-hour fast is weight loss, improved insulin sensitivity, same things that are in 24-hour fast. But then in the 72-hour fast, you get increased clarity, which is so true. You wouldn't even believe how quick your mind thinks, how on top of everything you are, how you can remember so many more things than before. It's really weird. It's very strange because you haven't eaten any food 72 hours except for drinking water. And how I like to do it is I put, good dog, guten Hund, kommt here, guten Hund. He used to do this thing like my German teacher would say, act like you're swallowing your throat, like guten Hund. Yeah, but with like a toddler style chocolate smeared on his face. Oh, I'm just saying. I'm so sorry. If you're watching this, I'm just being real. Somebody just told you a chocolate all over your face. Come back. Veg. Is it veg or veg? I can't remember. Do you pronounce the G? So, okay. Reduce inflammation, which you already saw. That was already in the first 24 hours. Increase clarity. Improved metabolic health. Ketosis. That's the thing. So ketosis may improve metabolic health markers like triglyceride levels, blood pressure, and HDL cholesterol levels. So that's what happens in 72 hours. Promotes autophagy. Okay, I remember the word, autophagy. So the pH is actually an F, and that's where I was messing up, autophagy. So it's a process where the body breaks down and recycles old parts of cells. Animal studies suggest that autophagy may help protect against diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's, and heart disease, which I got to get back to my dementia book so I can learn the other foods that are good for that. Before fasting, you should speak with a healthcare professional. I should say this actually to you guys. Before fasting, you should speak to a healthcare professional. Intermittent fasting may be a safer alternative than long-term fasting. Just make sure from your healthcare provider that you are capable of doing a fast, given your circumstances that you have going on currently. But I don't see how a fast could really hurt you if it's helping aid your body in naturally fixing the problems that you have, which makes you end up in the doctor's office to get prescriptions to fix those things with a Band-Aid rather than gutting out all that nasty going on in your body and letting your body cleanse itself. You know what I mean? Those are the things that you want your body to learn and remember how to do. So it says several studies have linked water fasting with some impressive health benefits, including lower risk of certain cancers, heart disease, and diabetes. Heart disease, you guys, that's so huge. So many people suffer from that. I know it's in my husband's family, having that through his string of the men on his father's side. So I think it's very important to do anything that can help aid in something that causes death, like cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. So water fasting may also promote autophagy, a process in which your body breaks down blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we already know that because I just read that several times. I just like saying autophagy now that I know how to pronounce it. That's where we're at right there. Aiding in water, weight loss, decreasing high blood pressure, and risk. So it pretty much is the same thing over and over again. But this is for doing it. This is, you can do it as much as once a week, which clearly you can only do it once a week because it is 72 hours. And yeah, that's 3 days, right? Yeah. So, but I would just start with the intermittent fasting, you guys. Veg, I did say, veg. Yes, like the W is a V, right? In German, something like that. Sorry, I'm responding to you guys while I'm reading this thing. So somebody else wrote, is fasting for 7 days healthy? A 7-day water fast can lead to a number of health benefits such as weight loss, improved digestion. That's another thing, digestion. If you have problems with your digestive system and you're not, like I know around my period, sorry to get graphic, but I know around my woman time every month that my digestion starts to act up. But I noticed that I did my fast without having a correlation or having any knowledge. When I did my last fast, it was near my monthly womanly time, my period every month. Let's just get real with what I'm talking about here. We're not kindergartners. So whenever I was doing it in my fast, I noticed I almost didn't realize it was my time for my period because I didn't have my normal things, which is bloating and cramping. My lower back will start hurting, like your body's preparation, if you will, for like tuning up your baby maker. So whenever I didn't have all that stuff, I was like, what the heck? What's happening? I didn't even feel my normal stuff. So when you're going through, like if you have any kind of digestive things just on a normal basis and you do the fast, it helps reset your gut and your microbiome system in your body. So it almost makes it like a little, like a little baby jam in there. Oops, Vec. Interesting. The G is a K. I did not know, which is probably why when I'm trying to type in Dr. Vorstellen, I'm not even close. So maybe I can go to like the translator and do German to English and say the word. Let me do that. That's what I'm going to try and do so I can get it. So I can get it out of my head. Let me just see. I may not even be saying it correctly anymore, you guys. So let's see. Let me put German. All right. I'm going to say Doch mich vorstellen. That's not what I mean. That's not what I'm trying to say. But don't imagine. That's what I'm saying in German. But I did not think that's what I was saying. But don't imagine. Doch mich vorstellen. Vorstellen. Okay. Vorstellen. That's what I'm trying to say. G isn't always K. I know, right? It's kind of like English language where two words can like sound the same or spell near the same and mean different things. W is always a V, and V is always an F, which is why like I don't know. This says when I'm saying Dr. Vorstellen, Dr. Vorstellen, NICHT. So I guess the CHT is nothing, means nothing. Dr. N-I Vorstellen. But what is interesting? I always think when I'm hearing like Portuguese, obviously any kind of Asian language, any kind of like Japanese, Chinese, Portuguese. I feel like that was something we said as kids. Dirty knees, look at these. Yeah. But I feel like those are so interesting to listen to because it's like so people are speaking to each other with that. Like Spanish, Italian, French, like those languages like this kind of seem, I don't know, they seem like it's a derivative in some way of the English language. But when I hear some other like big, bold, like German, Russian, Chinese, Japanese, any of those bigger languages like that, Filipino, I'm like, wow, those are words that people are speaking. It's amazing. It's like amazing how different our languages can be, and that other people in that area know exactly what they're saying to each other, of course. So the 7-day water fast, if you were to do a 7-day, which is, I have never attempted, only 5 days is as far as I've gone, help reduce inflammation and improve the health, however, is important to know that fasting can be. Okay, so when you're doing the 7-day, it's almost like a full body overhaul when you're getting everything in check. Not only are you going to lose a lot of weight, you got your insulin in check, you got your digestion in check, you have now been in ketosis. Let's see, if you're doing 7 hours, you get into ketosis after the 3rd day. If you're doing 7 days, not 7 hours, if you're doing 7 days, you get in after Thursday. That's 4 days of you being in ketosis, which means 4 days that you're just burning fat for fuel. Like you're in that like dead cell, bad old cell regeneration by like 1,000 point at that point. So you really want to boost like your skin, get rid of some bad inflammation, acne, your fine lines around your eyes or your lips or your neck, tighten up the skin, collagen. You've got an apron or like saggy skin from postpartum, doing just having a baby, or you just lost a bunch of weight and you're trying to get your elasticity back. Definitely doing a fast that's at least 72 hours is going to really boost you to the next level and start regenerating new cells, new collagen, new gut, new biodome, newfound energy. I did notice too that the dark circles that tend to collect around my eyes from lack of sleep or from not getting enough nutrients that I need, even if I'm doing the fast, my body regenerates itself and my dark circles go away. And it's like my whole being, your whole being is so different. And you think that it's so wild being in that facet without the food. But as long as your body has the food to pull from and the fat storage to get energy from, sorry, just looking, the bus just got here. That's my teenager though. Then that is like the beautiful benefit. So also the blood sugar control, the insulin sensitivity, and the blood sugar regulation may both be enhanced by fasting. So they've done so many studies on, doc means confirmed, yes, doc. Or is it Deutsch? No, doc. See? Aquí? See? So, so the fasting, 3-day is the way. If you've already been doing intermittent fasting, but if you're new, you've never done any of this before, my professional opinion from what I do for my clients, and I've seen results that last, that make a big difference, are starting from the basics, which is a 10-hour intermittent fasting, and then going into 8 hours, and then going into 6 hours, 4 hours, and that whole game like that. So Sorry, my son tried to call me and ruined my thing again. I'm going to go up to 3. I've kind of been slow rolling today, you guys, because I'm a little exhausted. But my brain has been going a million miles an hour on all of the different things that I'm trying to do and trying to figure out where I can get at least 2 clones of myself so I can get done everything I can get done in the day with having enough sleep. But the fasting part of it all is also incredible because when I did my 3-day fast, right, usually I get like, I don't know, 6 to 7 hours of sleep. That's like maybe, but I'm never sleeping like full on through the night without waking up at least 2 times. So that's at the very bare minimum. So when I'm doing the fast, when I did the fast for the 3-day fast, the 72-hour fast, was the first time I could sleep for 7 hours full on without waking up and then get up totally rejuvenated as if I just slept 12 hours with no bags under my eyes, no circles, like feeling full energy. I almost couldn't even sleep I was like forcing myself to stay back in bed, even though my brain was active and ready to go. And that was 3 days with no food. And I'm not someone who's just sitting around eating like bags of chips and fried foods and drinking sodas all the time. Like, do I indulge sometimes? Yes, I do. But that's not my normal dietary plan that I have each day. So if that is something that you do and you have never done a fast, how I would start it is 10 hours. In 10 hours, you have from the moment that you put the food in to the end, I would have like, it's better to have just a big meal where you're eating rather than keeping in the habit of just continuously snacking all day and putting food in your mouth. I would just sit and have a regular meal, try and go without any snacks. If you have to have something, have a healthy snack. There's so many great options. You can do Greek yogurt. You can do cheese and beef sticks. You can do, depending on your cholesterol, obviously. You can do, if you like cottage cheese, you can have an apple, a grapefruit, a banana with some peanut butter. Like so many great options for a snack. And then have your last meal. And for that time, you have 10 hours in between. And then the next day, you should try and go a little bit back before you have that first meal on your first meal, and then 1 more hour shrunk for your last meal. So let's say you have your first meal of the day is at, 11, and then you want to go for 8 hours. So your next meal would be 7 o'clock. That would be your last meal. But then you want to take the snack out. So your second day would be 8 hours, 1 meal, 2 meals within those 8 hours. Okay? Third day is going to be 6 hours. So now you're having your 1 bigger meal, whatever it is, lunch, late lunch, or maybe like a big breakfast, and you're having like a little bit more than a snack, but not a full meal as your next meal. Okay? That is your third day in your 6 hours. Or if you still need to keep it 2 big meals, have that, but shrink it to 6 hours. And then the next day is your 4th day in 4 hours. 4 hours from your first meal to your last meal or your last snack. Okay? Day 5, all right? Day 5, you're going down to a 2-hour window. So that means you can have 1 main meal and maybe a snack if you're still feeling hungry, but your stomach has shrunk so much. But through the week, your body is starting to change. Your mental is starting to change. Your inflammation with your arthritis or anything that you've got, pains, aches, whatever you've got going on in your body is starting to subside. You're in such a different element by day 5, and you're at a 2-hour window. That next day, day 6, is a no meal. And then on day 7, you get to have whatever the cheat meal that you want. So day 6 is no meal. And then day 7 is a cheat meal to reward yourself from a long week of what you just did, what you just went through and putting your body, taking away all this stuff and giving your body a chance to start doing these 24-hour, 48-hour, 72-hour fast to really help your body get into the autophagy into the new biodome, the celery. Oh my gosh, that's my son. Yes, Hal, you could go. You're so funny to reach me like that. Wonderful day. Will you please reply my Facebook message, please and thank you. Hi, Daniel. Yes, sweetheart, I will. I will look at. I'm so sorry. I've been backed up on so many messages on there. I've been backed up on getting to all of them with by the time I get done with my morning work and then coming on here with you guys, and then my kids are home, so I have to do all the kids stuff with their homework and making sure they get a little snack in and get their chores done, and then all of that before I'm starting the whole dinner process, which leads into bath time, bedtime, and then it's late and I'm tired and I'm going to bed too. So I do try and get as much in as I can. I am going to start getting up, try to start getting up like 30 minutes earlier so I can start tackling some more. But I do really need to get at least 6 hours of sleep in. That's why I need a clone. Anybody out there know how to do clones? Body clone, go ahead and start growing a little baby Cara right now. Maybe 2 twin Caras. So go ahead and start that. I'm going to raise them up to be just like me and be able to tackle all the things. Hopefully that would be a thing. I don't even care if they're robots. I would love a little robot person that I can help. You guys ever remember the Jetsons? That might be dated for some of you youngins out there. But the Jetsons, I always wanted a Rosie. I always wanted a Rosie, which I have called my little electronic robot vacuum cleaner that goes, we call her Rosie. But Rosie, which the dog does not like, by the way. But I always wanted a Rosie, and I always wanted the little conveyor machine that you can get in and type in the outfit you want for the day, get on the conveyor machine, and roll right through that puppy. And it does your hair, your makeup, your outfit, and you come out on the other side with Rosie waiting with my coffee for me to sit and enjoy without having to lift a finger, because in the morning time, my brain takes like an hour to wake up before it starts fully processing information around me. I'm a night owl. My brain wants to be up at night, but my kids change that story. So when you have children, if you're a night owl, you got to start learning waking up in the morning and trying to train your brain to be up and alert and awake that early in the morning. And it's not easy to do if your mind and your spirit is a moonlighter. It's just not easy, but you do it because you have to. But the kids, my son is like me. He likes to sleep in. But my daughter, girlfriend, will be up at the crack of dawn. Not even. It's still dark out in many seasons of the year. And ready to go. Full freaking action. It doesn't matter if she went to bed later than normal either. That clockwork is up. Same thing for me. It doesn't matter if I didn't get much sleep and I'm tired. My brain wants to stay up, and it just keeps wanting to stay up past the time when I need to be up, because I also have to get up early in the morning. Are you guys early birds or night owls like myself? I definitely feel like I would love to be an early bird. I envy those people who get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and they're out there doing a run, and they've already tackled most of their stuff in the day. I literally have to throw myself out of bed, get my stuff on, and start my day because I have to. So because that's when things start happening in my day. But I'm not willingly, some people are just up, like my daughter, and ready to go, full energy, full alertness, and is all about it. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm trying. I wish I could maybe I'll reprogram one of my clones, one of my robo people, to be like that. Of course, they won't need any sleep because they're robots if we're going that route. But for my clones, we just gotta have to make them early risers. Or maybe 2 can be early risers and 2 can be night owls to really cover the bases. I'm getting a 24-hour clock Cara clone cycle. I used to be a night owl, but for the past few years, I normally get up at 4 to 6. Is that 4 to 6 in your California time or 4 to 6 in your Eastern time, your Eastern body time? Because I know you've lived on both in both areas. So I feel like maybe, I don't know, actually no, probably no. I was gonna say I feel like maybe when I get older I might be someone who's, but no, when I get older and have really no responsibility to get up, and I don't know, actually, I don't know. I have to think on that before I throw some words out, because I feel like I want to keep doing this for as long as my body will let me. I want to be looking back on these streaming times, and who knows what the future is going to be, right? Or Lord Jesus, please let us have one, a future. But I feel like I want to be looking back on these streams like, look, that was me back then, and look at me now. I'm in my 80s and I'm still going strong. Like I want to project that. I want to see that future for myself and for my kids and for anybody that's following along on the journey of wellness. Like, you know, no matter where you are or where you start, it only can get better as long as you're stretching, doing the right by your body, by listening to it. If you start to feel like burning sensation, a twinge, or something's not right, stop what you're doing, stretch it out, and then continue. Don't push through. You guys know by being a part of my streams that pushing through is not something I like to go by, because that means you are not listening to your body, you're not listening to its needs, and you're going to push through to an injury that you really don't want. So taking a break, get off what you're doing, stretch it out, and then you can get back on. There's no rhyme or reason. There's definitely no reason to push through and then you're out. You know, so what? You've lost a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes of your workout is so much better speaking in minutes than it is of days or weeks or months even to overcome the injury that you created. So we're all about working with your body, not against it, working for your body, not against it. I know people my age who don't work out. They've totally let themselves go. And I can tell they're jealous of me being in shape. And I secretly laugh. Well, I'm telling you, so many people think that it takes a lot to be that way. And it really does take dedication. That's the main thing. Persistence and dedication. But what it really boils down to is what kind of food is in their pantry, what kind of stuff are they eating, you know. Like for me, I try not to, even with the kids now, I'm like, I can keep this crap in the house. You guys don't need it anyway. I try not to keep any of the sweets or the junk in the house. Any like snacks they like Cheez-Its or that kind of thing, they now have a new version, which is called Quest. And they make it with more natural ingredients with added protein and fiber. So I'm trying to alternate them out, even though they don't always like it. At the point that I'm at right now with the food in our country and the additives that they're putting in, and my daughter have had cancer and already beat that once, I'm trying to reverse the cycle and be like, these are your options. You know, this is what you got. Like, either eat it or you don't have it. Like, that's where I'm at. Because the options are good. You have food. So many people don't. You're not going to starve. So these are the options. So not having that stuff in the house is a game changer too. So for people that are out there that are listening, that are trying to get back on a healthy pattern and you want to get your body back, Bo, like you're saying, like you've just let yourself go. If you don't work out, just start with a little tiny walk. You can either get one of these walking pads, which is, you could probably get them less than $150 now. That's all you're going to need. You can watch your show, get on it, or tune me in. Come here and walk with me. I'll be here. Walk and talk, walk and chat. Just get on here and start a little walk. If you don't have access or funds to get one of these, it does not take up much space, so that is not an excuse. This thing is so thin, it slides under literally anything, couch, bed, anything that has 6 inches of height, this puppy's going under. So that's not an excuse. It also leans up against the wall. I'm telling you, I've seen people with little tiny studio apartments that have these. No problem, doesn't take up a whole lot of space. So if you can't have access to that, go out. Just walk to your house to the neighbor's house and back again. That's a start. Easy peasy. And then walk your body into your kitchen, get into your pantry, and start pulling out those things. You can donate them to a local food bank if they haven't been opened already. Get rid of the cookies and the chips and all the stuff, because what you'll find yourself doing when you're ready for a snack because you're super hungry, which your body is not hungry, it's your mind telling you that you are, because you're used to just shoving food in for instant gratification and that feeling of, euphoria, which is what you get when your body immediately tastes something yummy. Your brain does produce a little serotonin for that, to feel like that, but you have to tell your mind that does not make me happy, because in the end you've got inflammation, or you have diabetes, or you've got all sorts of physical ailments now because of it. So get it out of your system. It doesn't belong there. It's not helping you. The way to do that is to take it out of your hand reach sight where you can easily grab it and consume it. So not having it in your pantry is step number one. 80% of what is going on in your body, your health wise, is what you put in your mouth. 20% is you not moving. You're not moving, you're not working out. But 80%, guys, that number is huge. It's not anything to sneeze at, right? 80% is a big number. So what'd you say, Bo? I work out at home during baseball. Oh my gosh, how was your back, by the way? Didn't you mess your back up doing the abs? Football, 49ers, and Buckeyes, basketball, Warriors game, and with you. Oh, I was there, yeah. Mostly arms and chest. You work your legs in the pool, right? That is such a good workout. Even when we were on vacation, I would lean up with my arms up on the pool, like lean back on the deck part, and just having my legs out in front of me. And I would do scissors up and down like this. Killer for your abs and for your legs and your butt and your hips and your abductors. So doing these in the pool while you're leaned back, or flutter kicks. And you can go short flutter kick and then long, big flutter kick like this. And then you can go long, wide for your abductors, the outside of your glutes, and your inside of your thighs. Just going like this, your groin muscle, nice and slow in the pool with your legs. And it's a killer for your abs too. And then turning over on the deck and leaning up on the concrete or whatever you got there at the pool, and your legs trailing behind you, and doing the same process. And that'll kill those rhomboids up your back, tighten up those lower back muscles, the top of your glutes. So many great things. So good call on that with the pool. The pool is and people don't think about it being a workout, but it is really nice also in the summertime because it's hot, and it's what better way to get some good workouts in. It's really easy on your joints, especially if you have any type of arthritis in your fingers or aches, pains, sciatica, and such in your body. Doing laps, even if you don't know how to swim, you can hold on to the side and still do your flutter kicks or your scissor kicks like this, out and in, and it's a fantastic workout for your whole body. Back's getting better. Thanks for asking. So process. Yeah. What part? Which part of your back did you say it was? Was it the lower part in between the shoulder blades or up above? I just get neck deep and jump up and down as high as possible. Oh, nice. So you're using the gravity and the weight of the pool. I like that. Maybe like jump squats, if you will. I actually like that. I'm going to try that out for next time. It's a little too cold now. The water's too cold. I would like to get a warmer in my pool for next year. Get a nice little heater. Heat that puppy up so we can keep it going for the next. But maybe you guys that are supporting my stream, thank you so much. But maybe I'll put that, once I'm done putting that towards the mouths I'm feeding, I will put that towards doing a little heated pool action, and maybe start doing some pool exercises in the pool, streaming from exercises in the pool next summer. Look at that. Look who inspired that idea, Bo. Thanks. Thanks a lot. And maybe I'll put that as a set goal for next summer's 2025 workouts with Cara live stream in the pool. And we'll do some pool workouts because I know those can definitely be of all ages and all stages of your workout because it's so easy on your joints. And it doesn't matter your age in that point. That's why when I used to train at the Y, so many people that were, elderly or of refined age, as I like to say, are usually in the pool because you get such a great workout. And yeah, and you don't have to, you're L4 and L5. Yeesh. Yeah, that's a tough one. Those are tough from its location. I would do, have you done anything on the bed where you're like scoot your body back off the end of the bed and let your head hang off the back and kind of like stretch your spine, or do it like over a couch or a reclining chair, but over it sideways to really get, just kind of hang upside down for like 5 minutes and just let your spine stretch itself out a little. Because what you need is your spine stretched out enough that oxygen and blood can get in between the vertebrae and help healing that inflammation. It's really hard to get the blood there, but if you have like an inversion table, those are amazing. And or if you don't have an inversion table and you can go, but that's what the inversion table is for. Pretty much like what I'm saying is going off the edge of your bed backwards like that, or you can go forward, but really backwards is going to be good to help pull the spine like this and stretch it out as much as it can, and just hanging there. Sometimes you can only start with 1 minute, 2 minutes before coming up slowly, like crawling your way back up to flat. But yeah. Hey, John. Yeah, we're talking about healing the L4 and L5 of your spine, like any type of like spinal injuries or neck injuries. My complex pool isn't heated either. Might go today. Is it still warm where you are though, Bo, in California? VA has taught me a lot of stretches. Yeah, but the one I'm talking about off the side of the bed for your spine is really so good because it's hard to get your blood flow moving in this direction. It usually, obviously wants to go downward, but it's hard to get your blood flow moving if you're not working out and like getting your heart rate up to get the blood pumping so that it does pump all over your body, but specifically in between the vertebrae, unless you're stretching it like that, and it forces, like you take some deep breaths, like that real deep, and then slow blow out. When you take those deep breaths in and you're forcing that oxygen into that bloodstream, so now your vertebrae is getting that good oxygen, rush of surge of blood that carries all the things, the blood is the carrier of all the things that it needs for healing. So all the cells that it needs to start that healing process. That, and then get on the ice pack. Oh boy, it feels so good. You'll feel so much better. What I like to do is do that ice for 15 minutes, and then I'll put my heating pad on, and then I'll alternate that 2 to 3 times a day until I'm starting to feel like it's subsided and it's in a lot better status. But the ice, the cold to hot therapy, some people even do the ice bath, which is really difficult to do. But when we went camping at the basin of the waterfall mountains, still freezing cold. It had been like, 60 degrees in the water, but it was such a refreshing way. And I felt like my knees, because we had to hike like literally up the side of a mountain like that and then down. The up part is not so terrible, but if you have knee and joint issues, going down a hill like this in the dirt is really tough on your knees. You have to kind of do a lean back move and, keep a slight bend in your knees, trying to get down that mountain. So when we were going up and down, and then we got in that cold water, the water, I was like, man, I feel so incredible. I haven't had any ibuprofen. I haven't had anything, but the water was healing me from just being in that cold water, and it was reducing that inflammation. So it was great. Thanks for the motivation, John. Yes, I try to do 1 to 3. Today is 1:30, so I get on here as soon as I can, trying to keep it in a time frame, but you know, I'm only human and my days get behind, especially when I depend on other people like clients. Show up on time and be there on time. I have to, you know, be present for them, and I don't like to make people rushed. So you guys might be with me a little bit later than the normal time. Cortisone shot, no way. Cortisone shot, wait, I have 2 flat pads in between L4 and L5. Doctors offered a large needle of goo injection. No thanks. 70s and 80s here. Oh, that's nice, 70s and 80s. That's still pool weather for sure. Yeah. Yes, I am, John. You did 8 so far? No, you would be shocked. It depends on what I put it at. Let me see where it goes now. It depends on what I didn't start going up to what am I at, a 3.0, which is really not very fast. If the topics aren't great and juicy and I'm not allowed to say, then I'm pumping it up and doing a little bit more. But we've been nonstop rambling about all kinds of things. So health is the main thread of this channel, being wellness, healthy, and how to get there without spending another penny. You can get there for free. It just takes a little dedication and motivation. So where I'm at right now is, you're not going to believe it, John. Okay, so I'm at 450 calories burnt. I'm walking at a 3.0. I'm at 81 minutes, trying to go to 100. And my distance is only 4 miles, so half of what you thought. But also, I was only walking at a 2.5 for most of this time. And I just put it at a 3.0, maybe like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, something like that. So 4 miles, 400, what did I say? Was that 450 calories, 4 miles with 82 minutes. So, you know, it's just like I'm not looking too fast, but it's just a nice little brisk walk. Like, I would like to go maybe up a little bit more. Do you walk, John? Do you walk like in the day? Do you take any strolls? Is your job, do you walk a lot during your job? You have a physical job, if I recall correctly. Let me put it. Now you're making me feel bad, John. Only at 4 miles. I gotta go a little bit faster. Let me go to a 3.5, and I'm gonna do that for the next. Let me see. I'm gonna do that for the next 5 minutes, and let's just see how much ground I cover at a 3.5 walk. So, what did I say? We're at 4 miles. Okay. Let's just see. Let's give this a go, shall we? So I'm going to do a 3.5 for 10 minutes. I'm trying to get actually, let me do it right here. Let me do it right here. Okay, perfect. Okay, 3. So at 3:10, I'll check back. Okay, I'm going a little bit over since I started late today. So we're going to go to 3:30. And that's going to be our spot. That's going to be our sweet spot. And then if I can get the kids on the homework and all is well there, then I get on and answer some of your messages that I have been trying to tackle, but there's just so many. I'm trying to get to them as quickly as I can. You're at 6 miles. Oh, I'm sure you have walked 6 miles, actually. In the time of your start, you're always moving. So that's great stuff. I love walking, but I like to do it more in wooded areas and a hike, right? Me too. I do like, John, that they started doing on like the Nordic track or Peloton or whatever the devices are that have the big screen in front. I do like that they started doing, like, you can choose trails to hike through. I think that's really cool. If you don't get a chance to go out in the elements and do it, I actually live in an area where hiking is huge. The Appalachian Trail. There's so many beautiful waterfalls in Linville Falls and so many great hiking spots around in North Carolina and Tennessee. So we're so blessed to have all of that, like having the mountains and having the beaches nearby, or at least in a day's travel. You're doing really good. worked in aerospace, we have, oh, not so physical. Yes, but easy on the body, right? Oh, that's right. That's exactly right. You were the John. Oh, that's great stuff. Well, look, anytime you can get outdoors, I think just being outside in general gives such a beautiful boost of mental balance and, just feeling good. I love to feel the sunshine on my face if I haven't been out all day. I just like to stand out and get that good vitamin D in and just breathe in the outside air. It's just so good. Even if you're just walking to your mailbox and back again, just slow roll, take your time, then maybe decide, you know what, I'm just gonna walk a couple minutes that way and a couple minutes back. You might enjoy it so much, you're like, let me just walk to the end of the street and back. Or let me just walk, around the block one time, or however far and back. It's such a big achievement outside of doing nothing. Yeah, it is truly so blessed. By the way, off topic, but I think you find this cool. Our friend Katie is competing next month in Florida. I noticed we're all Facebook friends. Oh, I have to look. I'm walking, my arms curls, walking 2 miles later this evening. Let's go. Good job. Give it a pop. We'll have to go on I'll have to take you on a virtual hike. I'll have to drive to a mountain one day. I don't go hiking without taking, especially alone, without taking my sidearm, because you never know these days what you got lurking in the mountains or anywhere in general, actually. But I would definitely like to go and do a live stream if I can get signal up there to take you guys on the beautiful trails. There's a place here called Stone Mountain. You guys should look it up. Stone Mountain. The hike is so beautiful, and then once you get up there, it is literally looks like you either landed on the moon or Mars. It's like all white rock, and it glows, obviously from like the sun glowing up, and all you see around this white rock for like ever. It's got like the moon divots in it. It's so big, so wide stretched, and then across you have the woods, and then like in the distance and behind you, you have the woods for the trail leading up. But once you get up there, it's so magical. You can't even believe like what you're witnessing. But it's a nice hike. I did that one twice with my 20-pound weighted vest on, which is a really good hike. But it's like sometimes you're pulling on roots of trees to get up the side of it. But it's so well worth it. You can drive up there too, I think, on one other side. I'm not sure if that one's, don't quote me on that, but look it up. It's called Stone Mountain, and it's in North Carolina. It's so pretty. I don't even, like, obviously, as everything, videos and photos never do it justice. Yes, a lone hike gun for sure. Because not even just people, but also bears or cougars or anything wild that might be trying to come at you. At least you have something to scare it away. Like, I feel so much safety with my gun on me. I do. I really, really do. Like, especially this day and age, there's so many freaking crazies. I've seen people on the side of the road pretending like they're selling something, and then they're coming up and they're trying to get in the passenger car. I was in a main area where there's a shopping plaza, and some people post up and they have their same spots for a while. They with their signs out to get money, but usually I will drive by with a bag of food. Sometimes they're nice about it, sometimes they're not. But bag of food is just, I know that it's going to their stomachs and they're not going to go hungry that day, and it can't go to drugs or alcohol or cigarettes, which are very expensive. But there was one guy, he wasn't the regular face that was there. I don't know where the other guy was, but he was trying to get, it's like 2 or 3 cars in front of me, trying to get into the passenger seat. And I was like, what the heck's going on? So I tried to turn my car inward so I could get a better view from the driver's side of what's going on, because I could only see it through the windows of the cars in front of me. And then I saw that car pull off and had to run the red light because, this person was trying to get in their car, and then everybody started honking their horns at this person to kind of scare them away. And then one person had their phone out their window trying to take video of the incident. But like, what was this person's like motive? Like, what was he trying to do getting in the passenger seat? So you just never know. I always want to have a way to protect myself and my children. So I'm definitely a pro gun, being able to protect yourself and your loved ones. I mean, you obviously have to have gun safety. You have to teach your children of the importance, keep your guns locked up, know how to use them particularly, like not just be an owner, but actually have practice using them, shooting them. So we're definitely a household of knowledgeable gun owners, and the children have no idea where we keep those. And it's, you have to have gun safety first. They respect the guns anyway. So you have cougars in North Carolina. Didn't know that. Safety first before traffic lights. No, seriously, right? Maybe hanging around next Monday. Good call. Yeah, let's do that. Because the weather's so nice now that it's dropped down. Now that it's dropped down and it's not so it's just sweat thirsty outside where you just can't even breathe. The air is so thick and humid. This is like the perfect time for hiking, the hiking weather. Okay, 2 more minutes, John. And let's see how far we went in the 10 minutes at 3.5, which is only 0.5 faster, but I feel like at 4.0, I might not be able to speak very well. Plus, I forgot my water downstairs, you guys. I actually might, like a bottle of water up here. I just might grab a little bit after I hit my 2-minute mark. My 10-minute mark. I'm already at, let's see where I'm at. Time distance is coming up. Where was I at? 4 before. Okay. So I've almost done a mile. That's terrible. A 10-minute mile. 10-minute mile walking at 3.5 is pretty much what it's going to be at. So that's actually not that bad. Is it? I remember running miles in track, and it was like at a 3-minute mile, and then I was done. Those cross country people, I could not. I'm like, more power to you. I'm built for speed. I'm like a 50-meter, 100-meter at most. I did the hurdles, 50-meter. The relay. I could do short distance sprints, fast, out the gate. That's my superpower. Anything past that, I'm like, okay, no, I'm done. Even though trying to pace myself and do the run, I really had some of my closest friends that were doing cross country. They're like, come on. One year I tried it. I'm like, all right, fine. I just get so bored of running. Like, if we were stopping in the middle of the cross country run and doing like 50 burpees and then like charging up that, my best part was doing cross country with like the last 100 meters when I was like, okay, this is where champions are made. When you're tired, you're exhausted, you run down, you have nothing left to give, you dig deep, you find that strength, that courage, and you push it, and the adrenaline rushes. Like, that's where it exists. In the moments where you're exhausted, you're tired, you feel like you have nothing left to give, that's where that boost comes in. That adrenaline kicks in, and it's like fight or flight mode, where you just gotta kick it into the next gear. That's the space I love to live in. That's my sweet spot. Okay, John, here it is. Grand finale, 3.5 for 10 minutes got me. I should have just restarted. Okay, got me a full mile at a 3.5. Is that terrible? I don't even know. Okay, and it got me, wow, that can't be right. Got me 75 calories. Who knew? Wow. Okay, 3.5 where it's at. Maybe tomorrow I'll try walking at 3.5 the whole time and see after I do like a 5-minute 2.5 workout. Yeah, that's what I do. Just see. What? I thought, am I thinking of panther? I'm thinking of panther, maybe. Did I say cougar? Not many cougars. At least the four-legged kind. Oh my gosh, Hal, you're crazy. That is so funny. Yeah, there are probably quite a large number of cougars here. Just not the four-legged kind. That's probably very true. Okay, y'all, 5 more minutes, but I'm going to ride it out at the 3.5 just because a little inspiration from Dear John here. That should be a little more than a half a mile. Yeah, well, it's 1 mile. 1 whole mile. Actually, not quite a whole mile. The next minute took me 2, so 11 minutes got me a whole mile in. So I did realize I was up at a 3.6 though, and I brought it down 1 beat to 3.5. But thanks for checking me on that. But you guys, if you can try to do it today, making today, whatever the time your last meal, this is your homework. You have panthers there. Here. Let's see. Is it panthers or cougars? Oh, hold on. I have to take. Hopefully nobody calls me while I'm trying to do this. Are there panthers? Panthers, yeah, that's our team, right? The North Carolina Panthers. Panthers or cougars in the state of North Carolina. Let's see. Okay. There are no wild cougars. The eastern cougar was extirpated from North Carolina in the late 1800s. The last known sighting was in 1886 in Macon County, which I don't even know where that is in North Carolina. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service removed the eastern cougar from the federal list of threatened and endangered wildlife in 2011. Well, what is this on about? I'm not talking about endangered wildlife. While some people report sightings, investigations usually reveal that the animal was misidentified as a bobcat. That's what I'm thinking of. A bobcat, a coyote, dog, or other animals. Black panthers have never lived in the wild in North Carolina. What do we call the Panthers? Why is the football team, Bo, called the Panthers? How many cat-like creatures? Bobcat. That's what I was trying to say. Bobcat. Well, what family is a bobcat from? Let me ask. I thought bobcats were a form of panther or cougar. What family is a bobcat from? I thought this is really getting hot right now. It's freaking. Look here, y'all. Can you see that? I don't know how to pronounce that either. Felidae. Let me do the highlight jam and ask how to say it. It's a good old. Felidae are the cats. They are meat eaters and hunters. It looks like a black panther. Y'all see that? That's the family that bobcats are from. Does that not look like a black panther? Okay. What family are bobcats from? That's the family, you guys. So what's the difference? I'm saying it's let's see, family includes tigers. Y'all ready for this? Okay. The bobcats are part of the Felidae family, which I might be messing that word up. They are meat eaters and hunters. Animals in this family include fact checkers, tigers, lions, cougars, and bobcats. Oh, and Canada lynx, Florida panthers, jaguars, jaguarundis, margays, ocelots, leopards, cheetahs, and domestic cats. Just saying. So, North Carolina inhabits bobcats, which is part of the Felidae Felidae cat, which includes all of those things. So yes, North Carolina has bobcats, which is still the bottom line. Not cougars and not panthers, which is super strange because our NFL team, the Panthers, which are not doing very well, per usual, sadly, but games are still fun to go to. Hi, hello, Leia. Sleep monster, Leia, Buzz. How do you say all these things? She's hers, sleep monster. Sorry, I'm messing all up. I'm just not on my reading today with things that aren't like initially. Coyotes are getting bad. Not many cat-like creatures. Yes, there are bobcats. There have been so many sightings in the mountains hiking. How? Get your facts straight. Maybe not panthers, but hi, Laia. Thank you for coming to the stream. This is the very end. I'm nearing my 100 minutes on this puppy, but I cranked it up a little bit here at the end. But thank you. I appreciate you coming to the stream and being a part. If you're just joining, I'm just showing you what the QR codes are. This one supports my stream and feeding my family. And this one right here, most important, supports those in Asheville, North Carolina. To right now for the shelter is asking for the money to be put towards floor beds, sleeping bags, pillows, and warmers for these families that have lost everything and going into the cold months. They really need these things. Obviously, sometimes we take for granted. We have a nice place to lay our head, or at least a bed to lay your head, and these people have nothing right now. So I thank you and support for anything you can do to help them out. Or if you're supporting my stream, thank you so much too. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you back here for another stream. We're here. I'm going to be Tuesday through, because Mondays I really need to focus on getting back to all of you guys, getting some posts together, editing and stuff like that, because my weekends are all taken up with my kids and my family, my husband. So during the week, Mondays I'm going to take to get things done for my business, my work. And then Tuesday through Friday, I will be right here with you guys, 1-ish to 3-ish, depending on how the day goes. Hopefully I can get there by 1 o'clock on time. But just letting y'all know, if you stay on with my channel with subscription or following it, you'll get the updates because I try and put out there if it's going to be a little bit later, like today. I said it was going to go on at 1:30 instead of 1. So that's Eastern time. All right, Bo, what are you saying? California, you have mountain lions, bears, wolves, rattlesnakes. We have rattlesnakes too, and wolves, and bears, but not so much mountain lions. At least I don't think. We definitely have wild boars too. Tarantulas. Oh, my son's arch nemesis. Hal, if you're watching, you know what I'm saying. Bobcats, coyotes, black widow spiders, scorpions. Yeah, we got those black widows too. I'm constantly on about, actually not brown, what am I talking about? Brown recluse. Every time I see a spider, I'm like, that's a brown recluse. It's a brown recluse. But brown recluse is very specific. Those are the ones that can bite you, and then you wake up in the morning and you feel something a little itchy, and you look down and you see like a bright red, bright red, like white. It's a white around the circumference and then bright red. And then the next day, it'll start turning gray colored, dark purple gray. And then after that, it's black and it spreads because it's the poison. If it's not treated quickly, the poison spreads throughout and eats your flesh. Like my photographer, my friend Melinda, she had that happen and it scared the crap out of me. I think she was like on a flight from Alaska or something like that, and it bit her. And it, like, once it eats your flesh away, that deteriorating space, the necrosis that happens there, it doesn't grow back. It's just like a divot in your skin. It's so scary. So every time I'm always like looking, where's the brown recluse? Because those spider bites can lead to such devastation. I'll be on the phone with my dermatologist like so quick if I get a bite over the summer when I'm out there doing yard work or hiking or out in the woods. My land in Georgia, I'll be like at my doctor so quick because I do not want that to happen. There was a girl I was doing a photo shoot of her because I do also professional hair and makeup and styling for photo shoots. So I do weddings and I do people's like business profiles, pictures, and like editorial fashion shoots, family photos, stuff like that, pregnancy photos. This woman was doing a photo shoot for her country apparel, her company, and she was telling me about a spider bite. She didn't know she had a spider bite, but she had an itch on her back, and she showed me. It was a spot like this big. This is not a fishtail. This is for real, factual story. She said a little bit bigger than a can, the circumference of like a can of beans or a can, a little bigger than the circumference of that was where the spider bite bit her. And she had the necrosis, the dead skin, and it was like a huge chunk out of her back with a big old scar tissue. It was so sad. I'm like, that's why you gotta pay attention. It is so much. But I gotta come up here and wave to the driver. All right, you guys. Let me see. Let me make sure. I might have to be right back. Nope, she got in. There she goes. That's my little one coming home from her long day at school. Let's see how you have both of this. Yeah. Just saying, aw, thank you, Bo. You're the best. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, I'm gonna pull it back down and let me just tell my little, now you reach real time. This is when you hit the 3, when I go past the 3 o'clock mark. This is when my little ones come home and then we get, it's time for homework. Let me tell her real fast, you guys. Y'all can stay right there. I'm gonna tell her what I'm doing. Hey, Caroline. I'm doing the stream. I'm almost done, okay? 5 minutes. Will you let mom go out? Thank you, sweet girl. I'll be down in 5 minutes, okay? Oh. All right, you guys. I'm actually gonna grab some water while you guys are still there. My sweet little girl. She's so sweet, you guys. She loves cooking with mommy, and we're all about that healthy life cooking. I told you she had her cancer scare, not scare, but I mean, it was scary, but she had full-on cancer. And she beat it with flying colors and has still been on the healing train. She is now 4 years cancer-free, you guys. And we are all about making her aware of her one kidney and how that will affect her life, and how refined sugars and stuff like that are also going to affect her life. So eating healthy and being aware of what that means and what that looks like is so important to us. And she loves cooking. She loves baking. So baking, is not the healthiest. So we try to incorporate the healthier ingredients, like using coconut oils and trying to get all natural like ingredients like almond flour or coconut flour, and trying to use like maple syrups and honey and stuff like that for sweeteners, or stevia, or at least cane sugar, and teaching her the healthier way. And if she eats any kind of sweets, to like immediately drink a full cup of water, she knows, and she's already spreading it to all her friends. So if they come over and they have a sweet treat that we've made, she's the first one to be like, okay, now we have to drink our cup of water, because the water is like the water slide of the sugar. For the sugar, it slides the sugar all the way down and out. Sorry, I gotta, woo, look at that sweat dripping from all the right areas. So she's so big of an advocate. Sorry, guys. she's so big of an advocate for supporting, healthier life eating at her whole 7 now years of age. And like what we do in the kitchen and cooking, she's so good at wanting to do, like, I want to do my own cooking show because I'm going to own my own restaurant and I want to cook healthy meals. So she's like, help me, get my channel started so I can do a whole cooking show just like you, mommy. And so I'll see her with, like, we have an old phone. Sorry, I gotta get that off the back of my neck. I'm sweating so bad. We have an old phone that she uses. And I'll see her over there, like, set it up on her little tripod thing. And she'll be like, okay, cooking with Caroline, take 1. And so cute. She'd be like, okay, today, you guys, we're going to be cooking a healthy version of cupcakes. And like somebody will walk by and she'll be like, I messed my stream. Now I have to just redo it. She'll be like, delete and like redo. It's so cute. So who knows? She might be the next, Cara 2.0. It's my only little girl, so it's really cute to see her want to follow along in mommy's footsteps of trying to. Aw, thanks. Oh, shucks. Thank you, boo. Love you. She says, you're so funny. She's like, I just want to be part of helping people feel good about themselves and have a very healthy life so they can play with their kids. That's how she puts it to me. It's so sweet. And I think your children, if you're teaching them those positive habits and positive ways, it can only be good, right? I mean, it can only span out into something positive if you're looking at it in a way of that being your spawn and that person going to carry on your torch after you're gone. So I really love that I've never told her or asked her or tried to persuade her in any way to do what I do, but she learns from me, and I try to take the time to explain to her why certain things are important, because it really is, knowledge is power. And especially for these little ones, they just want to know. They just want to be in tune with what you're doing. They just want to know what's going on, even when it's the sad and scary stuff. Like, when she doesn't remember a whole lot because she was 4 when she had her cancer. 3 years, 3 years cancer free. Why did I say 4 years? I'm just projecting to the future. That's it. But even because she was 4 when she got her cancer, so she doesn't really remember all the things. So when we talk about it, I try not to make it super scary and devastating for her, because God forbid anything like that ever come back. I don't want her to be scared that we're going to be there together and stand in our faith to push through just like we did before. Lord, please don't ever let that go down again, because that was a really rough time for our family. And that was the beginning of our real literally big journey of our poor eating habits, trying to fill a void, trying to get that instant gratification. So that's how I know, and I can speak on it firsthand of what that is like, what that torment to your body is like, what that feeling is like to be going through something horrific, that you feel so out of control that the thing that makes you feel good is something yummy in your mouth to release the good serotonin for a brief moment. To release something that makes you feel good, but that's gone in an instant when you realize what just happened, what just took place. So so that's how I'm able to speak on my channel about it in first person, because we've been there, we've done that, and we realize at the end of the day it's not healthy for our bodies, and it's certainly not healthy for the ones that are around us that love us so much. We want to be healthy for them, and you can't be healthy when you're shoving all the toxins and the bad stuff into your body on a daily basis. That's not the way to go. Excuse me. But if you do, if you do watch this back, excuse me, I'm just choking myself on my own spit. If you do watch the stream back from the jump, you will see there was so much great information in it regarding getting started. If you're new to getting on the clean eating and healthy eating path, hold on, then all you have to do is start with the intermittent fasting. That is super duper easy to do when you are at odds with yourself and wondering, how did I get to where I am, and how do I start making the change? How do I start making a difference? And you can do that for free without any additional funding, and you can do it and make it something that is a lifestyle change. I don't like to say diet, because diet is such a fad word, and I feel like it fluctuates too much. But it's not a diet. It is a lifestyle change. You have to constantly, consciously make the choice to want to change. And that starts with eating better. It starts with cleaning out and not having accessible all the stuff in your pantry, because you'll come to a point where you're like, none of this sounds appetizing anyway. I've got carrots and celery. And if you're used to eating junk food, none of that stuff sounds appetizing, so you'd rather choose not to. I just don't even eat anything because there's nothing here. This is what the kids say when I don't have any unhealthy options. They're like, I just don't want anything. There's nothing here I want. And that's fine. I'd rather your body be in a fasting state than for you to put all those toxins and chemicals and fillers and all that junk inside of your body. So they're not starving. They're and you're not gonna, if you can look down and you see fat or weight on your body that you can lose, you're not starving if you go without eating. If you do an intermittent fasting, or if you do a full 24, 48, 72-hour fast, you're only giving back to your body, to your mind, not just your body on the way that you look. You will lose weight and you will lose inches, but that's not what I'm on about. I'm on about how you feel on the inside. I'm on about getting your body so healthy that you don't need those medications that the doctors are prescribing you to put a Band-Aid on the symptom. And many of those medications cause even more problems in your liver or your kidney or whatever the situation. Give back to your body. Your body will get back to you. And it's super easy and simple to do. Just start with cutting out the stuff out of your pantries, out of your fridge that is not good for you. And start with a simple walk, just like what I'm doing. Simple walking, right foot, left foot. We'll start on those little small feet, and then we'll work our way up to something bigger and greater. But no matter where you are in your journey, you can do it. I'm here to tell you can do it. I'm here to motivate you to do it. All you have to do is show up, not for me, but show up for you. You can't do this and for anybody else other than yourself. You can't do it for your loved one. You can't do it for your children. You can't do it for anybody else other than you wanting to do it for them. Nobody else can make you do that and it stick. You might do it for a short time, but you have to want to do it for you. If you need those inspirations to get it done, like people can do it for religion, people can do it for their family, their children, to get them to motivate. But if you aren't ready fully from your own mind saying, I'm done with this, I don't want it anymore, I don't want to do this yo-yo thing, I'm tired of feeling exhausted, I'm tired of having this inflammation, carrying around all this extra weight, carrying around all this extra pain and ailments, and I'm done with looking like this, I'm done of being ashamed of my body, I'm done feeling the way that I'm feeling. You have to be in that space to say, today's the day and I'm ready. I'm ready to make the change and I'm ready to stick it out. And I'm ready to do it with these small feet, one foot in front of the other, starting with the small things. Today I'm getting in my pantry, and the thing I'm going to do for myself today is donating all the unopened stuff that I have that's not going to benefit me, giving away any other open stuff to family or friends that might want that aren't ready on their journey. Any of that stuff needs to leave, and that's the thing you're going to do for yourself today. So that's your daily homework. Getting rid of any of that unwanted, unnecessary stuff that you have and giving back to yourself today just by one foot in front of the other. Go outside and make yourself proud by going out and doing a little bit of a walk. Or maybe you're in your house and you just want to stand, and let me show you. You just want to stand up and you want to sit back down on your couch. You want to stand up and you want to sit back down. And just say you're going to do it through commercial breaks, okay? So that's all I'm asking you to do today for something fit, for something to give back to yourself. Go to your pantry, clean out those things, or make today be your last day that you're going to have those things, and start fresh tomorrow on Wednesday. Wash over Wednesday, right? Just get all the things out today. Tomorrow is your day. We're going to start either your intermittent fast or your full day fast. Let this be from your last moment today that you put food in your mouth and not eating until the same time tomorrow. And then just doing on your commercial breaks of your show you're watching, up and down, sitting up and down on the couch, just getting up and down, or your chair, just up and down the whole time through the commercial breaks. That's all. Or if you're done doing those through a commercial break, the next commercial break, you're just doing picking your knees up. You can even hold on to the back of your chair or the couch or the counter and just picking your knees up through those commercial breaks, back down, up and down. And that's going to be your devotion to yourself for the day. It's just doing those little tiny things that don't involve any equipment. They don't involve any extra money. They don't involve you to go anywhere or do anything outside of your normal daily routine. You're just doing it right there in the safety and comfort of your own home, and you're giving back to yourself, and you're taking your life and your health to the next level, walking for wellness, right? You're getting to that next level for wellness. And it is so simple as just those things I told you. So getting in front of when you're in front of your TV or watching your show, just taking those commercial breaks, standing up, sitting down, standing up, sitting down, just through the commercial break. You want to stand up with your hands behind your head and trying to do knee touches and picking your knee up and touching your elbows to get your core. Your core is so important, you guys, to your health, because your core is what holds your body upright. Your core is what keeps your posture and keeps you from shrinking over time or having all of those ailments in your neck and your back. Your core is the thing that strengthens you, your stomach, and also your lower back. So those are the things you work on. And if you can do those during the commercial break, if you haven't been working out at all and you're ready to get back on track and you're ready to make a change, just make that your dedication to yourself this evening. Through your show that you're watching, if you're sitting in front of the TV, make the change today for you. Sit in front of the TV. You can sit on the end of that couch or in that chair. Put your hands behind your head, just like this, and lean over and sit straight back up. Lean over. That's how sweaty I am, you guys. Lean over and sit straight back up. That'll strengthen those lower back muscles back here. You want to tighten your core, just standing up. You can put your hands behind your head, or you can hold onto a chair for balance and picking that knee up as high as you can and really crunching that core and squeezing that core to strengthen that core. And then you want those legs to be able to get stronger and to strengthen those muscles around your knees for your joints so you can walk better. Then all you're doing is sitting down and standing back up. Sitting down on the couch, standing back up. Sitting back in your chair, standing back up. And just do it through the time frame of a commercial break. Or do it throughout. Put a timer on if you're streaming and you guys don't watch commercials anymore. Put a timer on for 1 minute or 2 minutes to do these in increments so you can start giving back to yourself without feeling like it's a whole daunting task that you have to do an entire workout with this thing or that thing. You don't. It's as simple as those little things, just devoting the time, clearing out all that junk so you're not tempted to go in there and eat that junk that's going to start clogging you back up and giving you that inflammation and slowing and clouding your mind and clogging your arteries, raising your blood pressure, all the things that these bad drugs can do. So this bad food can do, which is like a drug for a foodie. Food is like a drug. It can be addictive. It can be harmful. And you can see that by the numbers of obesity and people that are on prescription drugs for high blood pressure and for diabetes and for heart failure in this country. It's really will blow your mind if you look any of those statistics up over like 10 years ago even to today. It's really quite alarming. So I'm here to show you, and speaking from experience of being, over 200 pounds at one point, that it's all about that mindset and persistence and keeping up with it and keeping one foot in front of the other and just moving towards that goal one tiny little feet at a time. But I'm here to motivate. I'm here to inspire. You just subscribe to my channel. It is free to do unless you're donating. Down here in my QR code, help support my channel. I'm so grateful for you helping me. That's feeding the little mouths in my house, and then some neighborhood kids too. This one is for funds for families. Is going to the shelter to provide blow-up beds, sleeping bags, warmers for all those people in Asheville, North Carolina, a pillow to lay their head, a nice warm place to sleep at night. It is getting cold out there, and they are without homes. So you guys please support in any way that you can, even if it's just $1. Every little bit counts. And please do share these codes. Once you click on them, please share on your pages, your socials, and let other people help donate and give back to these families. This shelter in Asheville is directly getting these things from big corporate businesses where they can get them in bulk. And this is going to go, these funds right here goes to 500 families, giving them a place to sleep and a warm place to sleep at that, and a pillow to lay their head. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this stream. Thank you to all my OGs, all my regulars on here for showing up for me. For those newbies that came, thank you so much. I appreciate you stopping. I hope that you got some good knowledge from my stream, some motivation. And for those that are on Instagram, I'm so sorry. I don't know what else to do to try and get the feed to come up here other than stream separately, which I'm going to try and do that tomorrow. So, yes, thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you for your input and the fun talks and all that stuff that we do. I will catch you here tomorrow at 1 o'clock from 1 to 3 p.m. And until then, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you then. Bye.